Well, kids, I got a little bit of a cold, but this is for Alum McDaniel and Appa McDaniel. And we're going to have a little talk here that people just don't want you to hear. All right? So, first off, let me say Sara and Steve Walls are not your friends. They want to make sure that you never come home to your mom and dad, never come home to the farm. Okay? And I'm going to look at my phone here because it's February 21st, 2024. And I want to make sure that you know that all along the way, there was never a time that we didn't fight to have you come home. I don't want anybody telling you your parents don't care, you can't see your siblings. You know, they said, oh, you're going to let the siblings visit Appa and Alum? No, not going to do that. Can't have anything like that. And Aubrey Havocost is the one that started this with the approval of all her supervisors, people like Stacy Dashner, people like Amber McClelland, all these people. You know, that's sort of funny. I got to mention it that they have a trauma program for caseworkers to help caseworkers because they witness so much trauma, like the trauma they do to you kids, like the trauma they do to families, okay? There's no concern for the kids. But I just want to let you know that we fought and are still fighting for you to come home. And we will not accept that anybody says you can't come home and that now you belong to a different culture, a different language, and a different family. It isn't what we are ever going to accept. They can say what they want. We don't accept it. God made you part of our family. Nobody can make you part of somebody else's family. So I want to let you know that again. Sara Scott is pushing to make sure you're adopted. Okay? She's at every visit at the DHS office and at the farm to make sure that Appa never thinks to go home to her mother. That's Sara's job. She spends a tenth of her week on one case, 4 hours on every Wednesday, to police and make sure that there's no opportunity for anybody to say, kids, come on home to the farm, to mom, to dad, to whoever, your brothers, sisters, AhNgoh, AhTsah, Victor, AhPymm. No, they don't want you to hear that. So Sara is like an evil policeman, and she's making sure you never hear anything that will make you happy at the farm. Did you know Sara's the reason you don't get to ride your ATVs at the farm? Did you know Sara's the reason I can't talk to you about a horse in the visits? We can't talk about anything. What do you have to look forward to? Families always talk about what they're going to do for their kids. You want a car, a nice car, you'll get a nice car. You want a horse, you'll get a horse. You'll get anything you want. The only thing I can't get for Appa is I can't get her a unicorn, okay? But anything else you want. You see your pictures up on the wall? That's a promise. Anything you want. You're almost 10, you're almost 8 years old. Soon enough, the years will go by, you'll be driving, and nothing that Sara and Steve Walls can do will change Michu's love for you and my love for you and our willingness to get you whatever you need and to keep the farm for you and to make it so you see your brothers and sisters all the time. Now, anybody that tries to keep you from seeing your brothers and sisters or going home to your mom is an evil person, okay? That's not how life is designed. So they make money by keeping you in foster care, all right? So any money you need, it's available, all right? And my name's Matthew McDaniel. Your mother's name is Michu, okay? And there's the Aka Farm, and it's in Falls City, Oregon. And I have a big website, and there's a website for alummcdaniel.com, and there's a website for AhPymm.com. And you can look me up online and call my phone number, okay? It's 971-388-7185, all right? It's on my websites, okay? You type in my name, you'll find me. It's simple as that, okay? So people stand up in court and lie to try to keep you from going home, okay? So your mother wants you to come home. I want you to go home. And anything that you need or want, any dreams that you have, our goal is to make those come true. We don't want somebody else's children. Shame on anybody for doing that. We just want our own children. All right? And I don't know how anybody could feel that they'll be blessed by wanting to steal somebody else's children with the help of the government, with the help of DHS, with the help of witnesses who lied, all that was done, okay? So if you want to know why you're not home at the farm, it's because of Sara, Scott, Pickett, and Steve Walls. They're the ones that don't want you to go home, all right? They don't care what you want. They don't care if you want to go home. They want to give you away to someone who wants a daughter, to someone who wants a son. And they feel that life will not judge them harshly for stealing people's children, for trying to steal you away from us. But everything always comes back on people for what they do. And I don't know how they believe that they will be able to sleep at night, or that we will stop talking about AhPymm and AhNgoh. Now I think I'll probably have to do a story telling for both of you. Now, when you were small, you used to help me fix the truck. I have pictures of that. You were really into everything. You had a great time on the farm. You had a great time on the ship. You know, the only thing I don't have for you is an airplane. I don't have one of those yet. But I also wanted to talk about Monmouth Christian Church, because I was looking at the Monmouth Christian Church website, and, you know, the church is a whole lot of bullshit, okay? The church is in the business of controlling people and what they think. So here's Kaylee Harrison, the kids' pastor at Monmouth Christian. What she's saying, she's never met me or met Michu, and what she's saying about you going home to your mom, all right? They don't even care, right? They're too busy being goody-goody two-shoes, all right? And here's Sean Bitzer right there. Hey, look, he's got a boy and a girl. They're so happy to have their own kids. Imagine that. And they're just fine with someone taking somebody else's kids away from them and keeping them forever. We're not okay with that, okay? And here's Seth Halligan. He likes to make videos about being a foster mom, okay? And so you go down through here, and here you have Jason. He's the worship pastor. He likes his kids too. How about that? But they're just fine with somebody in their church trying to steal AhPymm and AhNgoh, McDaniel, from us. They think that's just totally, perfectly cool. All right? So anyway, this is to let you know we never give up fighting. We never stop. We never give up or forget you. We are always waiting for you to come home. And sooner or later, you will come home. And you ask yourself, who doesn't want me to go home? Who are those people? Think about it. So Sara makes sure you don't have any meaningful conversations with us, and that we don't have freedom of speech to talk with our kids. Well, AhPymm and AhNgoh, I want you to go home to your mom. Your mom wants you to come home. And Sara Scott Pickett, she's not God, and neither is Steve Walls. You know, Steve Walls is an alcoholic. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. And his wife divorced him, and he got separated from his two daughters because of being an alcoholic, okay? So he don't want you to go home. He's not your friend. Sara Pickett's not your friend, okay? And so we're having this conversation just like if we were sitting around the table and I was telling you that that bully at school was not a very good guy, okay? Now, today in the visit, you were telling about, flicking a pencil or a crayon and the teacher getting mad at you. Well, I can only tell you one thing, is that when I was in school, the women teachers were really bad to the boys. They had a double standard of how they treated students. The girls could get away with a lot, but the women teachers always beat on the boys. You know, they hated little boys, right? Maybe their marriages sucked. You know, maybe they were lousy wives. I don't know, but they were some miserable, miserable women, let me tell you. And I remember this boy, his name was Jimmy Parrott. He was in my class. And we all had yellow pencils, right? And he brought, or maybe they were green in those days, green pencils. And he brought a really colorful pencil that was taller and it had a nice eraser on the end of it. He got it maybe for Christmas or something. And he brought it to class and was writing his schoolwork with it. And the teacher told him he couldn't use that pencil. He couldn't be different. He had to be just like everybody else. So he broke his pencil in half and told the teacher, hey, you know, I broke my pencil in half because you're not right. I have the right to have a beautiful pencil. So the teacher took him out in the hallway and beat him with a stick. And I saw that, and it made me really sad because I was friends with him, stayed at his house overnight. And it's sad to see women teachers beat up on little boys. So that's just how I tell my kids, this is the stuff you'll run into in life and you'll have to deal with. And I'm sure you've dealt with it already, that women treat boys differently than they treat the girls. So they're talking like, well, maybe AhNgoh can go home and AhPymm will just stay and go another place. Well, why don't you let you know about that? Because that's what they're talking. They're talking that garbage about splitting the two of you up. Okay? It's time to not be any more of this nonsense where they're playing all these games and keeping you in the dark about what little evil deeds they're up to keep you from going home. It's been more than 6 years, so they want to say, it's been a long time. Just let them stay where they are. Well, sorry. We don't give up. We don't care how long it is. We don't give up. We keep fighting for you. So this is just to let you know, as of February 21st, 2024, this is just another video telling you that we love you. We're not giving up on you. You take care. Remember, we love you. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of church Monmouth Christian Church is, but it's pretty much the same as all the other churches have begun, you know. They got these metrosexual pastors. They're everything to everybody. They collaborate with DHS. They're cheerleaders for DHS, taking away people's kids because they're better than everybody else, of course. So they have that right, you know, they believe so much in family values. And so they collaborate with taking people's kids away. They never met anybody. But looks to me like that Sean Bitzer, Kaylee Harrison, it looks to me like they got a double standard here. I'm here, and come talk to me anytime you want. You can ask me. You say, it's all so cool to take away your kids. Don't be a part of something evil that somebody else is doing, especially the government. Don't be a tool. You know. We're waiting for you to come home. AhPymm. And when you get home, you'll find out all the details of how people lied and how they did everything in their power to destroy your culture, destroy your language, destroy your relationships with your brothers and sisters, destroy everything you were and had, tore that away from you in the middle of the night. And I think it's pretty unwise, pretty heartless for Carissa Vela to be okay with that so that she can get someone else's daughter, someone else's son. I think that's very corrupt. She doesn't think that there's a woman down the street that cries herself to sleep every night for AhPymm and AhNgoh, McDaniel. Okay? We never quit fighting. Never quit fighting. And we're here for you. So whenever you do get home, you look at this video, and I'm telling you, these are the people that kept you from coming home. Steve Walls, Sarah Scott, Ross Waite, Aubrey Havocost, and a whole bunch of other people. CASA, Neil Clark, Leah Ellingsworth, all of them. They thought it was really cool. Somebody's different in Polk County.